In the first video, Milica has shared with us her unique experience of successfully managing 3 majors at once. So in the second video, she will be giving us some tips on how to broaden your networks while on campus. It is very useful for international students, so stay tuned for more.
So if you have one biggest piece of advice to give to international students who plan to come to UofT, what would you say? How should they prepare?
I would probably say be prepared to work really hard. That's one thing that if you want to be able to say that you went to UofT and that you graduated, you have to work your butt off. They're not easy programs. I did honestly have a lot of stressful times, but at the same time, I think the level of knowledge from professors is really amazing. There are so many great things that I've learned.
Awesome.
Yeah, and one thing that I didn't do is I didn't participate in enough student programs, and there are so many of them. So if you are able to be involved in any student communities on campus, that's something that you should really try and take advantage of, because that can definitely help you later on. And that's one thing that I can really say, in terms of building your own career, it's really important building your networks, especially if you plan on staying in Canada. The more people you know, the better. So even if you just say, if you just participate in student programs in groups that you would, groups where you would find people that are like-minded, activities that you like doing generally, then it's a more organic type of networking, right? I can say that from a recruiter standpoint, from HR standpoint, and it doesn't really matter what industry you work in, networking is, or connecting with people is really important. It doesn't matter whether you end up working in a company that has 5 people versus a company that has 500 people. It's more so thinking about the longevity and where you might go after your first job.
So then the next question is about, how was the culture diversity?
So my program was interesting just because I find that anything that's very English or humanities heavy tends to be very white. There are also a lot of international students at UofT. I remember I would go to the Robarts Library, which is the biggest one at UofT, and I think it's actually the biggest library in all of Canada. That every single time I would just go into the study hall, it was just filled with international students, and they always had their little international student clubs and their little little desks and sign up desks set up right in front of the library. So I think that from a standpoint of the international student side, it does make it very welcoming. There are a lot of resources for you at the university.
So my last question is, so I know UofT has 3 campuses. One is in St. James, one is in Mississauga, one is in Scarborough. Are there any, main differences between those 3 campuses?
I think as far as I know, some of the differences are program based. So, you can, for example, take English at all 3 different ones. Mm-hmm. It is very much based on which you do want to go to. I find that the St. George campus tends to have more prestige than the UTM and UTSC ones, just because the 2 other campuses are a lot newer, and some of the programs aren't they have developed them, but they're not as long-standing as the ones at the St. George campus. I think that the UTM campus has some pretty great science programs. Their campus is also really beautiful. It's kind of in the middle of nature. So if that's what you're looking for, that might be the place for you to go. I think most of it though is location based. So it's really dependent on how far you're willing to travel. That was honestly part of the reason why I went to St. George, just because it was closer for me.
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you liked and enjoyed what Milica has shared with us. We will be releasing similar content like this in the coming month. Follow Rainbow Bridge on social media channels. Stay tuned for more. At Rainbow Bridge, your bridge to a rainbow-like future. Thank you so much. See you next time.